Do you ever feel overwhelmed by the ever-changing world of technology? Tech It Out can help make some sense of it all. Breaking down geek speak into street speak, technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman covers consumer technology each week for every listener. Mark tackles the latest news, reviews, and how-tos to help you understand what's hot, what's not, and why.
Hey everyone, welcome to Tech It Out. This is episode 212, a somber weekend, of course, given the 20th anniversary of the September 11th attacks. Can you believe it's been 20 years? Wow. Anyone listening right now, above the age of 25, that is, no doubt remember where you were when the unspeakable acts took place. My wife Kelly and I were just talking about this the other day. It was like yesterday. Unbelievable. Well, my thoughts are with those who were affected directly or indirectly, and wishing you peace of mind and solace and comfort all these years later. All right, we have a great Tech It Out show planned for you this hour, if I may say so myself, with 4 different guests. We're going to start off with what's new in hearing aids. A ton of tech, in fact, as you'll hear about with Here.com. LG has a new projector for movie lovers this fall as the weather cools and you spend more time indoors. The Miku baby monitor goes above and beyond what other baby monitors can do. That's Miku. And Noze, which is spelled Noze, is billed as the world's first consumer device that monitors the risk for coronavirus. All of this and more on an all-new Tech It Out. Powered by Asus for those in search of incredible, which I'll tell you more about shortly. But let's officially kick off the show with our first interview. Of the nearly 30 million Americans that could benefit from hearing aids, many have stopped purchasing them due to their high cost or maybe negative social stigmas. But things may be a-changing, as we hear from Dr. Hope Lanter, the lead audiologist of Here.com, on how the floodgates may be opening for millions of Americans to address their hearing loss and the role that tech plays as well. Welcome to the show, Dr. Lanter. Good to chat with you.
Hi, and thank you for having me today.
Sure. Now, before we talk about what's new and the high tech that may be in these new hearing aids, tell us a bit about your work as an audiologist.
Before joining Here.com, I was actually in clinical care for about 16 years. And so obviously I've seen dramatic changes over all of that time. But initially started out in more of a retail setting, spent many, many years in an ear, nose, and throat setting. And then my role prior to joining Here.com was with an ophthalmology setting where we had a hearing center. So lots and lots of different varied roles, but always working with hearing aids.
And with that in mind, tell us a bit about Here.com. Is it an online store for hearing aids? It's not tied to one particular brand, right?
No. And what we do is basically our mission is that we believe that in today's world, everyone should hear well to live well. And our goal is to match that to the needs of the people out there that need hearing aids. So, in terms of my role is really to help create more and more avenues for that mission to be accomplished. And so, what we do is look for what technology fits the exact lifestyle of the customer that needs it. And then we basically are able to work with a network of over 2,000 providers across the nation to be able to fit them with devices that really work with their life. So, it's a matter of being able to create the best experience and the best fit for that person.
Mm-hmm. Because it's not a one-size-fits-all scenario, obviously. Yeah. So let's now chat about hearing aids. I know for sure they're getting much smaller now. My mom wears a pair. And are over-the-counter models catching up to the medical grade hearing devices that you otherwise would have to pay a lot more for?
And I wouldn't necessarily say catching up per se. I mean, I think there will always be some separation there. And I think that, that's almost the expectation is that obviously if we go through, have a medical grade hearing test fit with a prescription set hearing aid, we're obviously going to see a significantly higher, benefit there as far as being able to really, really get into a customized solution that really can tailor to their needs. Obviously over the counter is going to be something that is a little bit more of a one size fits all. And that's something that we have to kind of keep in mind is that even though it may have some similar features, we won't really ever get to that, sort of medical grade side is going to be a whole different world of customization options.
And does Here.com sell both the over-the-counter models as well as medical grade ones?
Well, over the counter is not quite there yet.
Okay.
So, in terms of what we're looking at there, it's certainly in legislation. We basically have options that are going to be at price points for people who are looking for in a more economy type model, and then all the way up to your most sophisticated products out there.
Yeah, because I know that they can be pretty expensive depending on which brand you go with and what features are built in. I do love that tech has really changed the game over the years. I've written articles for the likes of USA Today and AARP about how, hearing aids of today are not, the same as yesteryear. Talk to us about for example, the hearing aids that can double as a fitness or activity tracker.
Yeah, the cool thing there is that you'll see that, you can put a hearing aid on and it's not just helping you hear better. Now there really is access to things like being able to have a fitness tracker and, all sorts of other features. And so I think that that's what's making it have a cool factor is that you're also not buying a product that does one mission. It can accomplish many, many goals by just putting on this super high-tech device.
And hands-free too, which is awesome. And some can also monitor your health too, outside of fitness, right?
Definitely. And so now, we're even seeing hearing aids that have fall detection. We know that obviously with hearing loss, we see a higher prevalence of fall risk there. So, being able to add these kind of features really makes it so that it becomes the device that fits your life, not just your hearing.
Mm-hmm. So I know with Apple Watch, for example, if it detects a fall, it will ask you if you're okay. And if you don't answer, then it starts calling the emergency contacts that you've set up ahead of time. And similarly with the Philips Lifeline pendant, it will call a live operator and ask you if you're okay. And then, make that decision if emergency services need to be dispatched. But do these hearing aids that support fall detection work in a similar fashion? Similar,
yes. And it's going to depend on manufacturer as to, what happens when the fall is detected. You're setting up the preference of how that would work with, but definitely seeing that you'll have that similar kind of ability to start utilizing hearing aids. And I think you're going to see that in the future, even more so that you'll see them being used even more like these life products that are out there.
Yeah, awesome. We're chatting with Dr. Hope Lanter. She is the lead audiologist at Hear.com, and we're chatting about how technology has really changed the game with today's hearing aids. And I guess Bluetooth support is not even really that new anymore. I know my mom has an app, for example, that lets her tweak the sound settings and listen to, when a call comes in, it automatically goes to her hearing aids. I guess that's not so high tech anymore.
Yeah, the interesting thing is that it's almost as though that's become the feature that everybody expects in hearing aids. I think Bluetooth has become the standard to some degree. So people are sort of expecting, okay, I can stream a phone call, or I can, make adjustments to my device while it's in my ear, and things like that. So we're able to stream pretty much any audio device, including televisions, you name it. So, it makes it really an interesting and cool kind of feature there. What we've done at Hear.com is we've developed a hearing aid called Horizon. And what we have done there is geared it more toward the baby boomer consumer. And so we know that these are people who have much faster paced lifestyles. They're really needing to be more in the driver's seat of what they're hearing and how they hear. And so we use one feature specifically called Speech Focus that really allows us to get a much more aggressive speech and noise setting than any other hearing aid on the market is able to deliver. And that's done user-driven on the app. And we also have a relax mode that, nowadays, obviously in this world, we're more stressed than we've ever been. And so it allows you to kind of unplug, listen to ocean wave type sounds, and really just hit that, refresh type button in terms of life.
Okay, awesome. So Hear.com also manufactures their own line of hearing aids?
We do. We have worked to help develop a product with one of the leading hearing aid manufacturers. What has happened there is that we have tailored it more to that faster paced lifestyle than what we're seeing in that more one size fits most approach that we see from other products out there. So we feel very strongly that due to having talked to hundreds of thousands of people on the phone, that we've been able to really fit it to what the people are actually demanding.
Oh, and without getting too technical, how is AI or artificial intelligence added to today's hearing aids? Is that where you were saying earlier about it detecting the environment that you're in and tweaking the settings accordingly?
Yeah, and I think that a lot of the technology out there, what we learned is that you hear with your brain, not so much your ears. The brain has to process all of this. And so understanding much more of how the brain functions and then creating products that mimic that is really what has taken that next giant leap in hearing aid technology. So I think that seeing that, hearing aids can really determine more about where you are in space, where the sound is being processed, how to really be able to have more noise control. That's where you're starting to see hearing aids being these extremely high-tech computers that are sitting on the ear.
And tiny. Like, it blows my mind, like how you can't even see when someone's wearing them anymore, yet it has all of these high-tech features packed in. I love it.
Yes, definitely. And I think what's really funny to me is that, we went through so many years of getting hearing aids tiny, and then you're starting to see some of the over-the-ear products that can do so super cool things, and people almost want you to see them again. So it's kind of like cell phones. I kind of laugh at there's a commercial now I've seen where we're going back to, they call it a folding phone instead of a flip phone, but it's kind of, things will kind of resurface. I think in terms of getting better products out there, it's just a matter of what people like, what they want to be seen, or what they don't want to be seen.
Yeah, what's old is new again. As we wrap up, Dr. Lanter, how much do hearing aids with some high tech in them start at hear.com?
They generally start just under $3,000 for the pair. And of course, then we're going to be looking to see what fits your lifestyle and budget and everything to match up the correct hearing aids to your needs.
Great. And then the website is simply hear.com?
Yes, it is. And you can go to hear.com. We actually have a resource section that can probably answer just about anything you could ever think to ask about hearing aids. So really cool and easy way to learn a lot of things in one space.
And you made it really easy for us too to understand some of the latest trends and technologies embedded in these devices. So thank you so much for your time, Dr. Lanter. Great to chat with you. All the best.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We're going to learn what's new in projectors when we return with LG on Tech It Out.
Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want. Find the Tech It Out podcast at iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to Tech It Out on the Radio America Network. This show is powered by ASUS for those in search of incredible. ASUS creates technology for today and tomorrow's smart life, and that includes its line of award-winning laptops and desktops, as well as accessories like monitors. They have mobile devices, smartphones, smartwatches, tablets, and much more. For those in search of incredible, visit asus.com/US/radio for more info. That's asus.com/US/radio. If you're seriously into movies, as I am, perhaps you've attempted to replicate that movie theater experience in your home. If that's the case, maybe you've considered a projector. Well, we're now going to learn about the LG HU810 Cinebeam 4K laser projector and what it brings to the party. Joining us on the line to chat is Kyla Francis, brand manager of business solutions at LG. Welcome back to the show, Kyla. How have you been holding up?
I've been good. Thank you. How about you?
I'm well. Thank you. It's great to have you back on the show, by the way, and talking about something that I've been chatting about for years, a movie theater projector opposed to a TV to really replicate that cinema experience. And we are spending a lot more time at home. So with that in mind, tell us about the LG Cinebeam 4K laser projector and how it creates that movie-like experience.
Yes. Now with our LG Cinebeam line of projectors, we can create one-of-a-kind immersive viewing experiences right in our home or our backyard. So LG has a range of projectors. There's basically something for everyone, from an ultra-portable 1-pound handheld model to our new ultra-premium Cinebeam HU810. It's a 4K laser smart home projector for the ultimate home theater enthusiast.
All right. So you have solutions for the outside, as you said, and then there are the ones that are typically mounted or placed inside the home, maybe in a basement. And this is something that stays in one place. So there are a couple of options. And the HU810 is the one that I mentioned off the top. What are some of your favorite features of that one? And that's like a top of the line stationary projector, right?
Yes, well, it's our ultra premium projector. It's a brand new one. It can produce up to a 300-inch display, so making it easy to elevate your movie viewing experience and recreate that cinema experience almost anywhere. So you can take it from room to room. It's pretty easy to set up.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so it can basically go inside and you can take it outside as well.
All right, wow, 300 inches. So that's 5 times the size of a 60-inch TV. Just let's put that into perspective here. So really great for movies as well as sports. We use our projector for sports as well. So thanks for clarifying that you can bring this from room to room. I didn't know if this is something that you would mount to a ceiling, or sometimes with those short throw projectors, you put it on the ground.
Yeah, well, this one, you can put it on the ground, but it can also go on a table. It's not the long one. It's not a big, heavy projector that, will prevent you from moving it from room to room.
Okay, got it. And I know that some projectors can be a little tricky to set up. What's the installation like for the LG Cinebeam 4K laser projector?
Installation is actually really easy. It can be installed virtually anywhere, and you can set the screen to the exact size and location that you want it to be. It's as simple as plug and play. It also has the advanced wireless connection. It connects to AirPlay. It's Bluetooth compatible, and users can screen share for added ease and convenience.
All right, to clarify, you can play something off your mobile device like a phone or a tablet and cast it to the projector. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
And because it's laser, it's not a bulb that could burn out.
Yes, and what I love about this projector is the advanced tech built in, such as the adaptive contrast feature. This analyzes every frame in a movie or show and resets the optimal black level. So it actually has a 2 million to 1 contrast ratio black level for better picture depth.
And what's the brightness like? I know it's often measured in lumens. Is it something that you would need only in a super dark environment?
No, so it actually has the brightness optimizer. So you can change it to a light viewing room or a dark viewing room. So you can use it for both.
I know that's one of the challenges. Some of my friends, they've wanted to install a theater, but they have too much ambient light in the room that they want to put it in. So I think laser can do a good job there. We're chatting with Kyla Francis, brand manager of business solutions at LG, and we're learning about their laser projector family. Specifically, the top of the line HU810 is the model number. The Cinebeam is the brand. 4K laser projector. So again, 4 times the resolution of HD. So about 8 million little dots or pixels that make up the image instead of 2 million with full HD. So giving you a lot more detail. And as we heard from Kyla, more contrast and incredible brightness as well. For audio, does it have any speakers built in, which I can see the appeal of that outside, but inside you can obviously connect your external speakers too, correct?
Yes, it does. It has 2 5-watt stereo speakers, and if you're at home, you can always connect it to your own speakers, and it also supports Dolby Atmos.
Okay, great. All right, so Kyla, how much does the LG Cinebeam 4K laser projector cost, and what's the best website to learn more?
Yeah, the suggested retail price is around $29.99, and you could visit lg.com for more information and where to buy.
Okay. And you mentioned you also have other projectors that start in the hundreds as well, but this is sort of the top of the line model.
Yes.
And I love the video that's at that website as well, by the way, so you can see the HU810 in action. Great stuff. Kyla, great to talk to you. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you for having me again, Mark. I always enjoy having a conversation with you.
Hey, if you're on social media this weekend, drop by and say hi. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. It's Mark Saltzman, Mark with the C, SALTZMAN. If you want to also follow me on those platforms, I write a tech tip of the day, a little way to get more out of your gadgets, your apps, saving you time and money and aggravation. So feel free to either follow me, Mark Saltzman, or search for Tech Tip of the Day with that hashtag or TTOTD to see all my tips, many of which include a video as well. So looking forward to seeing you online. When we return on Tech It Out, we're going to learn about the Miku baby monitor and all that it can do for the little ones and their parents for some extra peace of mind that other baby monitors can't. So stick with us. You are listening to Tech It Out on the Radio American Network. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Want to follow Mark? Google him. Mark with a C and Saltzman with a Z. Breaking down geek speak into street speak. This is Tech It Out. Tech It Out with technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to Tech It Out. One thing I love about technology is when it can buy you some peace of mind, like a video doorbell to keep an eye on your home when you're not there, or a water sensor that can tell you if there's a leak somewhere. You get the idea. And the same could be said about baby monitors. And one that aims to be best in class, it's called the Miku Pro Smart Baby Monitor. Joining us to chat about it is Miku's co-founder and CEO, Eric White. Good to chat with you, Eric.
Hey, great to talk to you, Mark.
Okay, so you've got this baby monitor on the market called the Miku Pro Smart Baby Monitor. What makes it unique?
Sure. I mean, so first and foremost, the parents want very basic things in a baby monitor that work really well. So we made sure every feature, such as the video quality, is top of the line, 1080p. Top of the notch, audio quality. We have dual Olivol speakers on the system. So we have the best in class, audio quality. We have there's a huge computer running inside the Miku. It's not just a camera. So over time, we're going to create more and more content. So everything about the monitor, from the moment you unbox it to how easy it is to install, just really takes innovation that you would find in Apple products or Google products that are in mainstream, and brings it to the baby market, which has been really neglected for decades, really. So that's really what we do at first. But what really sets us aside is our core technology is contact-free respiratory and sleep monitoring, and we do this basically so. Every night when you go to sleep, you check in on the baby, you look at the video, you say, oh, my baby's breathing, and it gives you kind of peace of mind. Obviously, that's really where we started. And now, we're trying to progress into the healthcare foray, as I spoke about earlier. And really, there's nothing on the market like it. There's wearable solutions out there. There's basic audio video monitors, but we're really the first to kind of take this, self-quantified, consumer health tech and bring it to, pediatrics. And that's what really makes us different.
Okay. And is that what you call sensor fusion technology?
Sure. Yeah. So sensor fusion is an algorithm that, we came up with. A lot of companies early on tried to solve, contact-free, respiratory, heart rate, sleep monitoring using just video streams. There's a lot of research on it. And, we started there in the early days. And what we found is that, when you use just a camera for contact-free vital monitoring, there's a lot of challenges, right? It's just looking at color pixels. So, if there's a shadow in the room or lighting or, some kind of blemish in the video, these algorithms quickly get thrown off. I mean, if you flipped on a light switch, it would completely blind the algorithm. My background comes from defense. I've worked on sensor systems for the military for most of my career. And I took a different approach where we combine multiple sensor modalities, which we call sensor fusion. So what that entails is using the video stream, the audio stream, and a small low power radar embedded in the Miku to give you a 360 view of what's going on. So some of the sensors like radar, you'll see like Google Nest Hub just launched a new product that uses radar to detect sleep and breathing. Yeah. But one thing about radar is it's blind, right? So it's the most accurate sensor for detecting very, very small movements like breathing, like heart rate. But it's very hard for the radar to understand what's going on in the environment. There's a lot of things that move that can confuse it. So we couple that with AI and image processing to really understand, is the baby, where the baby is in the crib and in the scene, what motion is the radar seeing that's really from the subject or from something else in the environment. And we built a lot of data and AI around that. And we've actually trained the algorithm on over 50 billion breaths of data to date.
Wow. And you're right about these wearables, these onesies that I've seen, like the Mimo, I think is, Edison and Intel partnered on that, where it's a onesie that a baby would wear and it can give real-time info to mom and dad somewhere else, like are they on their front or on their back? How are they breathing? Are they sleeping? That kind of thing. But the downside there is that you have to wash the onesie afterwards. It's something that you're wearing.
Exactly. Yeah, you have to charge it. You got to maintain it. You got to wash it. And a lot of those technologies, they were a great advancement in baby monitoring, but I think contact-free is the way to go. Sure. It works on any age. One thing about our technology is that, you set it up once and it just works. So you have high adherence. Almost every parent just puts their kid to sleep every night and they're collecting data and these metrics on their kid. Mm-hmm. And it just works, right? You don't have to worry about, did I charge it? Is it going to run out of batteries? There's no skin irritation. There's none of those things that you had to worry about with the wearable solution. So I really think contact-free is the ultimate solution for this technology.
Dumb question, but is this perfectly safe for babies, like radar and any other wireless technology?
Yeah, for sure. So, the product's fully certified internationally by all the governing bodies, FCC, and all the equivalent agencies around the world. Okay. The radar itself is extremely low power. It's becoming mainstream. Like I said, it's found in the Google Nest Hub now. That signal is way lower than Bluetooth or Wi-Fi itself. Good. And all these technologies have been extensively tested, and they're very safe.
Okay. But it does use Wi-Fi, though, in order to push the video and audio to mom and dad. Is it to their phones or is it to a screen that you would have in your kitchen?
Sure. Sure. Yeah. So today, right now, we launched with just iOS and Android, but we're rapidly working on rolling out Alexa Show, Google Home. It can work with your Apple Watch. We're also making a dedicated receiver. So we're really bringing lots of different options to parents. So there's a solution for basically everybody, and kind of fits into their lifestyle, how they like it to fit in.
Yeah, because we have some good friends who have an infant, and they have a separate monitor that only works with the camera that's in the nursery. But they also have the option to look in on an app. Maybe they're out for dinner and they don't want to bring that thing with them. It wouldn't even work because it uses some sort of proprietary radio in the home. So yours only works with an app, and the benefit there is that regardless of the device you're on, you can keep an eye on your little one when you're away.
Yeah, you could literally be anywhere in the world. I've been in China working on the product and checking in on my kids at home. So that's one of the advantages of using Wi-Fi. And then for people who don't want to continuously use their handheld device in the house, that's why we're rolling out the Alexa Show and the Google Hub solutions as well.
We are chatting with Eric White. He is the co-founder and CEO of Miku. That's Miku. They are the makers of the Miku Pro Smart Baby Monitor. What kind of research have you done with your product or in the creation of your product, Eric, that validates what you're doing?
Yeah, so the first thing we did is we wanted to make sure the technology really worked. So we actually were approved for a 5,000-hour IRB clinical study in a natal intensive care unit. So we have babies that are premature, they're in the NICU, and they're wired up to hospital-grade equipment. And then we mounted the Mikus on IV poles over the same baby that had the medical equipment on there. And our white paper found that we matched, during the study, we matched the Philips grade hospital patient monitor 1-to-1 with their breathing waveform. Wow. And we validated that through dozens of patients. So that was our first foray into medical research, just to make sure the technology worked and make sure we were confident in the results that we were getting. And we're actually, we've got a really extensive medical advisory board. We're working with Children's Hospital of Orange County. We have, really good pediatricians on board. We have people from epilepsy involved. And we're doing all kinds of research. Where the technology is going is, like I mentioned earlier, the ability to predict, if your kid has underlying health conditions or if they're getting sick. There's a lot of families that their kids have seizures or epilepsy. We're, working on an algorithm to detect that. And all those things require medical partnerships to kind of validate the algorithm. So we're kind of involved in several ongoing research initiatives at the moment.
Impressive. So how much does the Miku Pro Smart cost?
Sure. So right now it retails for $399 US, $499 Canadian.
And the best website to get going?
MikuCare.com. You can buy it from our website. You can buy it from Amazon, Bye Baby, Target.com, BestBuy.com.
Eric, great to chat with you.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks so much.
Hey, we'll be right back with a lot more Tech It Out. Stay with us.
Breaking down geek speak into street speak. Tech It Out. Hosted by Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back to Tech It Out. There's something new in the air. Noze, which is spelled Noze, is a new air quality monitor powered by artificial intelligence, or AI, that works to keep you safe. Joining us on the line to tell us all about Noze is the company behind it, called Stratasynt. We've got its CEO on the line, Kareem Ali. Welcome to the show, Kareem.
Thanks, Mark. Pleasure to be here.
Sure. Now, before we learn about Noze, tell us a bit about the company, Stratasynt.
Absolutely. So Stratasynt is an AI startup based out of Montreal that's digitizing the sense of smell. And the technology we built is known as a digital nose or an electronic nose. Essentially, we're doing for the sense of smell what the camera did for vision and what the microphone did for hearing. And the company was founded in 2016 and has pretty much been in stealth up until just a few months ago. Now, a little known fact about us, Mark, is that journey began by securing worldwide exclusive license to a set of NASA patents that were the basis for an early electronic nose that NASA built and sent to the International Space Station. So we got a pretty meaningful boost by standing on the shoulders of a giant. And then we spent the good part of the last 5 years building on that foundation by miniaturizing it to the size of a chip that can be integrated into almost any device or appliance, expanding its ability to detect different smells and different odors to being near limitless by leveraging artificial intelligence. So you can imagine what digitizing the sense of smell could turn into a reality and what that could mean for the world. Imagine being able to smell the presence of biomarkers in a person's breath to detect diseases faster and far earlier than we can today. Imagine being able to smell food freshness and predict spoilage to minimize food waste across the supply chain from warehouses all the way to your refrigerator. Imagine being able to smell explosives, narcotics, and other contraband by law enforcement, and the list goes on. But one of the most salient issues of the last year has really been air quality. With the coronavirus pandemic, air quality was catapulted into the spotlight as we discovered that the main route of the virus spreading was actually people breathing in virus droplets in indoor spaces that were released into the air when an infected person would breathe, cough, sneeze, or talk. This is what's known as airborne transmission. And that was really the catalyst for us to leverage our technology to build Noze, because we believe that everyone should be able to safeguard their health and their well-being by having more transparency and better insights about the air they breathe. If you think about it, we just have this default expectation to drink clean water and eat clean food everywhere we go. Moving forward, we believe everyone will now also have that same expectation to breathe clean air.
All right. Well, given the pandemic, this is obviously a very timely discussion. So let's hear more about Noze and how it can help with air quality.
Absolutely. In the most basic sense, Noze is a smart air quality monitor. It uses our digital Noze technology to keep tabs on different toxins in real time, 9 toxins to be specific. Most of them are regularly found in indoor spaces and are known to be dangerous to us, yet more often than not, we have no idea that they're actually there, so we don't do anything about them. Things like ammonia, which gets into the air from cleaning products, formaldehyde, which gets into the air from pressed wood products like easy-to-assemble furniture, and nitrogen dioxide, which gets into the air from car exhausts and forest fires. Beyond these, Noze also tracks carbon dioxide, tobacco odor, butanol, ethanol, particulate matter, which are the particles and droplets that are suspended in our air, as well as temperature and humidity. But the really unique and exciting capability that Noze brings to the world is its virus risk index. Now, Mark, when someone is infected with a virus, there are certain markers in the form of chemicals or volatile organic compounds, as they're known, that are released by the body and the breath in response to that infection. Now, our digital Noze can actually detect these compounds and uses that information along with other characteristics about the air to assess the virus risk in an indoor space. And it does so on a scale of 1 to 10, where values between 1 and 8 indicate an increasing risk of transmission or viral spread, while values of 9 and 10 indicate an increasing probability that the virus pathogen is actually in the air.
Wow, very interesting. Maybe you could walk us through how it works. I mean, is it like an app that tells you, or a smart speaker that alerts you to something in the air that you should be aware of?
Yeah, I mean, it's very simple. So the way it works is Noze samples the air every second, and it creates a fingerprint. You can think of it as a smell-based snapshot. Yep. Our AI then interprets that sample and breaks it down into its individual components to identify what and how much of each chemical or smell is in the air. The results are then updated in a mobile app that in real time, about every 3 seconds. So you're getting really timely information about the air that you're breathing and the insights around what you can do about it.
All right, so that leads me to my next question. Let's say you're at home, you've got one of these devices, and it alerts you to something in the air. What do you do at that point? It doesn't purify the air, just to be clear. It just tells you that there's something going on.
No, Noze doesn't purify the air. Noze is designed as a tool to help people get more transparency around the air that they're breathing.
Okay.
What it will do is it will tell you what toxins are in the air, at what levels, what dangers those toxins can potentially create for you, and it provides tips and recommendations on what can be done.
Got it. We're going to continue learning about Noze in a moment. That's Noze, billed as the world's first consumer device that can monitor for coronavirus risk. We're going to touch base again with Kareem Ali from Stratasynt after this short break. But once again, I want to thank ASUS, the title sponsor on this program. This show is powered by ASUS for those in search of incredible. ASUS creates technology for today and tomorrow's smart life, and that includes its line of award-winning laptops. They have their ZenBook line, which is all about innovation. VivoBooks, it's about style and everyday use. Chromebooks, where you can save a bit of money, especially for students. ExpertBooks, which are professional-grade Windows laptops for businesses, or ROG branded laptop for the gamer in your family. You can learn more at asus.com/US/radio. Stay with us a few more minutes to learn about the Noze device when we return on Tech It Out.
Follow Mark Saltzman on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want.
We are chatting with Kareem Ali. He is the Chief Executive Officer of a company called Stratasynt based in Montreal. They've got this upcoming product called Noze available for pre-order. Is it designed for homes or also small businesses, Kareem?
Noze is designed for small to moderate indoor spaces. So things like homes, schools, small businesses, coffee shops, restaurants, and so on.
Okay. And it's the AI component, this patented technology that Stratasynt has, is what separates this from other air quality detection devices out there.
That's a really good question, Mark. The truth is there are a lot of air quality detection devices out there, and that's part of the challenge for most people. They come in all shapes and sizes, and more importantly, there's a wide spectrum of quality out there. And the reason that's the case is because almost all air quality monitors bundle together off-the-shelf sensors that each detect a single toxin, like carbon dioxide, for example.
Yeah.
Now, if you wanted to build an air quality monitor that tracks 5 different toxins, you would need to go out and get 5 different sensors and bundle them together in a box. Now, each of these sensors can vary widely in quality, accuracy, reliability, especially over time. So as a consumer, you never really know what you're getting inside that box or how much you can truly rely on that information that it's giving to you. In complete contrast, Noze is based on the digital nose technology and powered by artificial intelligence. So it uses a single very powerful sensor to detect a wide range of toxins, and it does so near instantly with industrial grade precision. Mm-hmm. So if you think about it, the predecessor of this technology was used on the International Space Station, and now for the first time ever, it's being made available to the everyday consumer.
Because this is radio, Kareem, can you tell us what Noze looks like? And again, Noze is spelled N-O-Z-E.
Sure. Noze was designed to have a fresh, airy look with clean lines. It has a clear frame that it's mounted in, so it looks like it's floating. And it has a light strip that wraps around it on all sides that glows in a breathing pattern. So you can tell what's going on with just a glance. When things are good, it breathes nice, slow, and steady. When things get worse, it starts to breathe faster to let you know something is wrong. Mm-hmm. And when the virus risk index is high, it switches over to red.
And you're also notified on the app, right? If it hits a certain parameter, like let's say you only want to know about, viruses, given what's going on in the world.
Exactly. So in the app, you can pick and choose which toxins or which indices you'd like to be notified about. And you'll get push notifications to your phone whenever those individual toxins are out of range.
Okay. And when you set this up, you just turn it on and join your Wi-Fi through the app?
Exactly. It really couldn't be simpler. You plug it in, you download the app from the App Store or Google Play, and you follow the setup instructions. The process will be very familiar to anyone who's set up any other connected device. You can see the state of your air in real time, get notified if something is off, and get insights on what the dangers are and what tips you can do.
Okay. Are there any filters or any other sort of consumables that our listeners should be aware of? Anything you need to keep buying over time?
Absolutely none.
Great. So with that in mind, tell us how much Noze costs. And I think it's available for pre-order and then launching this fall. Is that right?
Exactly. So Noze is available for pre-order right now. It costs $249 US, so about $300 Canadian. Mm-hmm. And you could learn more about Noze and pre-order one at our website, getnoze.com. The first units are being manufactured as we speak and are slated to start shipping out in October 2021.
All right. So getnoze.com. Noze, once again, is spelled with a Z. Getnoze.com. Just as we wrap up, Kareem, do you think a future version could add an air purifier element as well? Something to disinfect or purify? So, instead of just being notified that there's something in the air, like, potential virus droplets or what have you, that it could actually clean the air?
I think we would leave air purification to the experts, but I don't think it's far-fetched to start seeing our technology integrated inside air purifiers to bring the consumers the best of both worlds.
Kareem, thanks so much for your time. Again, our guest has been Kareem Ali, A-L-Y, from Stratasynt. Great to chat with you, and best of luck on the launch of Noze.
Thank you, Mark. It's been a pleasure.
Hey, as we get ready to wrap up another episode of Tech It Out and the 4 guests we had this hour, I just wanted to remind you about the importance of good backup for your computer. As a journalist, radio, and TV show host, I do rely heavily on my laptop, of course, especially while traveling, and not just for writing articles and scripts, but also viewing and editing my photos and videos. And the most important consideration is a reliable backup solution, just in case the laptop is lost, stolen, or damaged. I only trust my files to to Western Digital. And now WD has just expanded its line of rugged products that can withstand the bumps and grinds of everyday life to include the new G Technology branded Armor ATD portable hard drive. This is an ideal laptop accessory for all content creators on the go, including amateur and professional photographers and videographers. You can protect all of your photos, videos, audio files, and more with triple layer shock protection and water, dust, and crush resistance. Visit g-technology.com to learn more about the Armor ATD line. That's g-technology.com. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in to Tech It Out this hour. Hope you enjoyed the program. Drop by on social media to say hi. It's Mark Saltzman, Mark with a C, S-A-L-T-Z-M-A-N. All the best. Have a safe and healthy week ahead, and I look forward to catching up with you next time for another episode of Tech It Out. Be well. Bye-bye.